Hello everyone, welcome to this video. What I'm going to be discussing in this topic is a sector that within 6 months to a year you're going to make 100k. And I picked three sectors. I could have picked a few more, but these are the sectors that are actually really making money now. From what I've seen, various people actually starting up businesses, doing very well, and also sectors I'm recruiting in at the moment. So I've picked three sectors. One or two of them might surprise you, but if you're looking for what agency to start, what sector is going to make you 100 grand, whether you're in India, the United States, UK, Australia, wherever you are, these sectors apply everywhere. They're also evergreen and they're actually also growing. Now, one of them wishy-washy in terms of the growth, but the other two will always be there and will always be growing at least for the next 10 to 30 years. So without further ado, what I'm going to talk about, I'm going to break it down. Three topics, three niches. If you're looking to start or your niche you've picked in isn't proving too fruitful, these are the sectors you want to look at. So the first one, no surprise, is going to be health and social care. And I'm also going to tell you what job titles to look at for these, because some of the job titles won't bring you, I would say won't bring you exactly what you want. Now, I'm going to name the job titles because either they're very easy to find or they're going to be very profitable and they're quick and easy to find. So anyone that pulls one of these positions, I could advise you to go and find developers. But if you recruit for developers, you can't find them. If I say recruit for doctors, they're very hard to find. But if I say to you, these sectors, you need to listen because they're going to be very good for you. So first one, health and social care. Now, what I mean by healthcare is different to social care. Social care is anything involving care homes, community support, anything along those lines is social care. Now, healthcare is a massive topic in itself. That's, hospitals, nursing, midwifery. Also, it goes into pharmaceutical, also bioscience, some biotech as well. So there's the science element and the research and development part as well, which is very, very popular at the moment. So if you are looking at healthcare, don't just pick healthcare, go into pharmaceuticals. That's a very good sector to be in. Fees on average are about 15%. Some of the salaries are about 25, 30 grand, and they go all the way up past 100,000. So people are out there. A lot of people study this subject. A lot of people are looking for that sort of brand name. They like things that are interesting, and they're very easy to place people in. The people that recruit in that sector are doing very well at the moment, and they probably will. Healthcare is the number one thing at the moment. So, and it will be social care as well. With an aging population, there's only going to be growth going into that. The government in the UK, probably elsewhere, are also pumping a lot of money into sort of care homes. The care home groups are very profitable. I speak to all my clients and they tell me, look, we're opening 5 care homes in the next few months. We need staff here and there. Also, another thing to mention off of this list, it's all going to be very large clients that are easy to win. So if you go into IT or finance, all the big names are very hard to win, and you've got to build up your reputation. However, what I find in these three sectors is if you can give a good service, people will talk to you, people will engage with you. These people are easier to target. So it's very newbie friendly, these three sectors. So excuse me, first one is obviously health, social care. Job titles you're going to look at in terms of social care are anything to do with a care home. So this could be cleaners, chefs, care assistants. This could be people on administrator, care coordinators. It can be anything like that. Very easy to find, very applicant heavy. So if you find clients like that, chances are they're going to say, we got 10 care homes across the country and we constantly need, help with. And I've got clients that I haven't placed with, but they still send me jobs in every single week. So it's literally just about me, when I've got the time, work on them, but they're still engaging with me and I'm still on the PSL as well. There's not really no downside to health and social care. So if you want to make 100 grand, healthcare, social care is the one to go into. Now, I can't believe I'm giving away my niche, but it's such a big niche. I can't, myself, even if I'm with a team, I can't deliver on that because it's such a massive, market. I pull in too many jobs that I can't work on. So the second one brings me to this. Now, this is a very interesting one, and it's not going to be for everyone, and it's definitely not going to be for me. I've done a small amount of this, and what you're going to look at is warehouse recruitment. And I call it warehouse recruitment. We could call it industrial. Now, this, I want to stretch it down to fruit pickers. So farming is actually very, very good. With the EU and Brexit, farming is coming back to the UK. There's a lot of technology involved. There's a lot of engineering automation involved as well. But also the labour shortage is going to be massive coming up into next year after Brexit. It's already a huge, there's more clients than actually, recruiters actually servicing warehouse recruitment. The reason being, everyone looks at it and says, oh, it's a 50p, £2 margin. However, if you get one warehouse, chances are you're going to be bringing in 10 grand a week in turnover. And if you've got 30, 40, 50 staff in there, and it's very easy to recruit for. People always need jobs. People that have, just covering for holidays. It isn't very seasonal, but there is peaks in the year. So sort of Valentine's Day, you might be, if you're in food production warehouse, you're going to be doing very well. So I've got a good friend, Seb. He's top biller and he recruits in the food production sector. I don't want to say how much he bills, but it's very good. And what also there is sectors like farming. So if you can get 150 fruit pickers for the summer months, you're going to be doing very well in that. So it's mainly sort of temporary recruitment. However, there's permanent recruitment in terms of you need a warehouse supervisor, you need operations manager. Now, operations manager is probably the key one there because they're hard to find for companies. Now, the benefit is these warehouse people don't know how to recruit at all. So some healthcare people would have a HR person. Warehouse people, they just put an advert out and they can't find anyone. And they don't want to manage the process. So they're very, very happy to outsource it. So if you do want to go into this, if you are struggling to find business in warehouse, that sort of farming industry, you're not doing something wrong with that. So it's very easy to sort of pick up business and it's usually very margin heavy. A lot of the people are very conscious of pricing. So make sure your pricing's down, do your research on the market. If you go in at £2, no one's going to hear from you. But if you've got an exclusive sort of deal, which is not undercutting the market, but at least market rate, and you give a good service, believe me, people are going to say to you on a Friday, I need 10 people for next week. And that's going to bring you £500 rolling every week. And that's your sort of business up and running. It can all be done via cold email. Now the second one's done. Third one brings me to is construction. Now I wanted to call it construction and engineering, but engineering I think is not very newbie friendly. So this is going to be something where construction is construction. Now what I mean by construction is new homes, buildings, refurbishment. That's the sort of sector you're going to look at. So with construction, you are looking at project-based work. So it's very temporary and it's good margins as well. Let's say a home group is building a project and you have to know the market. This is why I bring up these things like, social care, the aging population. These things all play a factor in, will someone use you? If I said go and recruit for oil and gas, I know for a fact that's a sinking ship, so to speak. So construction, government has pumped in a lot of money. There is a lot going into renewable energies. I'm just talking about residential and commercial at the same time. And there's commercial elements in terms of there's massive infrastructure being built. There's HS2. There's, a lot of these wind farms being built. This all falls into construction. It's a massive, massive demand. There's a labor shortage as well. So you can have laborers on a building site for a massive skyscraper and they're probably going to need 200-300. One agency won't be able to satisfy that, and they need people. If they ain't got an electrician, work stops immediately, because I'm not an expert, but the electrician has to be there, to run the cables. Then the guy needs to come in and cement it and put the bricks on, and then run another lot of cables and do something else. If he isn't there, the other guy can't do his work, if that makes any sense. So what you need to be doing is getting in there and supply bricklayers. You could get £25 an hour, pay the bill bricklayer £16, and you're getting a £9 margin off of that. It's very good, very easy, very fruitful. These people are not hard to find. Facebook is going to be your best friend with recruiting in this sector, believe me. Especially for warehouse, same thing. Even health, even social care is going to be a Facebook sort of, I don't advocate recruiting on Facebook, but make some pages, sort it out. But Indeed is also going to be your best friend. These all will get applicants. So the one that might not get applicants is, like bricklayers or something, or an electrician, because they're kind of hard to sort. But if you're looking at the lower end, now you're going to be looking at, laborers, general laborers, people just to sort of, I don't know what are they called, sort of builders mates. So someone just to help out, painters and decorators. You'll be surprised at the sort of demand out there in terms of construction. There's been a 500 million pound sort of injection of cash into a lot of these companies, so they've got cash to spend and they're used to it. They're very reliant. So get in touch with whoever the site manager is. He'll tell you either you can go through me or the HR. Contact the HR. They'll probably say, look, talk to the site manager, tell me what he needs, we'll do our agreement and we'll go from there. So there is direct contact with construction. So you can call the guy up, he'll probably call you or her and say, we need five brickies, 5 labourers, we need them by next week or the work stops. So there is urgency on their part, and they need help from recruitment agencies because they can't facilitate all of that. So position yourself in the market as an overall sort of construction. You might want to specify what you do, residential property, or you help with major projects. So it's sort of you're plugging the gap, so to speak, with that. Warehouse recruitment, again, have a speciality. So either have you recruit for the food production industry, you recruit for, I don't know, e-commerce websites. So that's a really good sector at the moment, and that's one I'll be making a video on soon. So anything to do with e-commerce, now's the time in the next 5 years to really get into it. And health and social care, do you provide for children's services? Do you provide for adult services? Healthcare, are you a pharmaceutical company? I guarantee you're going to make 100 grand in these sort of sectors in 2021. If you get up and running, you do your stuff right way, you follow my methods, you're going to pick up clients 100%. There's no doubt about it. So hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it's been helpful. They're the 3 topics I would really recommend anyone to start a recruitment business in. Take care.